sure with some tears in his eyes, proud of his son for the job he did. As Jamal Murray, a breakout playoffs, the emerging star, a pair of 50-point games in the first round, a magnificent Game 7 performance, sending home the Clippers. So disappointed. And Kawhi Leonard just 6 of 22. No miracles in Game 7 of the conference semifinals this year. Remember last year he had that big shot against Philadelphia with Toronto. And Paul George with a difficult shooting night, to say the least. And the Clippers will go home. It's going to be the Nuggets and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning. The Kroenkes saw their team fall behind 3-1 in this series. And even that Game 5, it looked like it was over. LA dominating. But Jokic, Murray, and the Nuggets able to win. And right now, those two are with Rachel.
Thank you so much, Mike. You guys are the first team ever in the 74-year history of the NBA to come back from being down 3-1 twice in the same playoffs. What do you have that no other team in NBA history?
Yeah.
We believe in each other, man. That's it.
I had a talk. I wanted to say I had a talk before the game, and I didn't. Like, whatever we do, I'm going to remember this team. Because we have a lot of players that this is last year, so maybe they will stay, they will do. So, but I wanted to give a talk like that. I'm going to remember every single one because this is a special crew. You know, nobody wants us here. Nobody think that we can do something, and we prove ourselves and prove everybody that we can do something. You know, so next is Lakers, another tough opponent for us, but we're just going to be out there and having fun.
Well, you have a few more games now to give that talk if you want to. The chemistry between you guys has been incredible. How has it built throughout this whole postseason?
I mean, it's not just season. It's a lot of years. So we are just. Are you going to say something?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. I mean, we are just improving. You know, we have a talk, we have fights, we have everything. I think we're like a couple.
Right.
Just not that close.
There you go. Jamal, I do want to ask you, in Game 6, you took that very hard fall. Paul George blocked your shot. They were worried enough about you in that midsection that they gave you extra testing yesterday, even had an MRI to make sure there was no internal bleeding. And then you come out today like nothing ever happened. Were you confident in your health through this whole game?
Pain is just temporary. It depends on how you think about it. And, we took a hit down 3-1. And like I said, we were resilient. We fought back. And we put them under pressure. And like Joker said yesterday, we play with no pressure. We go out there with hoop, we go out there and believe in each other. And we made some shots tonight to get us the dub. So there's a collective effort. It's not just 1-2 punch, but we have a whole squad that can really hoop and get the job done.
Well, the spotlight is only going to get brighter now. Western Conference Finals is, and as you mentioned, the LA Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, that whole group waiting for you. How do you think you match up against them?
They got to worry about us too.
Yeah.
We can't go in with a.
If we're gonna go out there and think about them,
exactly.
It's gonna be a long night for us. You know, we just need to go out there and effort. I always say effort and having fun.
Energy.
Yeah. It's simple for us.
Oh, well, if it's simple for you, that's bad news for the rest of the Western Conference in the NBA.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
Really a remarkable accomplishment. You got a couple days off to rest now. I know you're going to use them.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, back to you, Mike.
All right, Rachel, you just see on their faces.
Time.
Welcome to Studio One here in New York City. Maria Taylor alongside Jay Williams and Jalen Rose. Right now, the Clippers a slim 2-point lead over the Nuggets, and the Joker accounted for 44 of Denver's 54 points in the first half.
He and Jamal Murray, it doesn't matter what the score is, continue to find ways to keep the Denver Nuggets in the game. Look at Jamal behind the back to the Joker. And look at this, Jay, on the wing, the twinkle toes, the sweet feet from the Joker. The lost art of the mid-range, except when it's the Joker.
You know, it's interesting. The best player's energy usually translates to their team, right? Jamal Murray translates towards their team. LeBron James translates. You saw Jimmy Buckets. When you watch Kawhi, even though he scores a lot of points, that energy doesn't translate to his team. Once again, this team coming back and being in the ball game.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has 12 points in that first half, but we'll see if he can get the energy to translate to the court. The Clippers might need it in the second half if they don't want the Denver Nuggets to send them home. The Joker, still a man crush right now, Jalen?
Absolutely. I might need therapy. I love some Joker. He can rock some Gator boots.
This halftime is presented.
All excited? Well, one, because we're together. That's Jalen Rose. That's Jay Weld. But I'm telling you, what's the best phrase in sports? Game 7. We got one of those. We also have the Eastern Conference Finals starting out, and it's just Tuesday. So what's going to happen for you this week? It only gets better from here. Let's get them all set up with what to expect in Game 7 first, though, because we'll make our way to the Eastern Conference Finals starting. So after losses in Game 5 and 6, the Clippers are now 0-7 all-time with the chance to clinch a conference finals berth. Those 7 straight losses with an opportunity at the conference finals is the longest streak all time. Meanwhile, the Nuggets have once again forced a Game 7, coming back from 19 points down in Game 6. It's their 4th straight series going all 7 games, the longest streak in NBA postseason history. And now Denver looks to make more history. A win tonight, they'll become the first team in NBA history to come back from a 3-1 series deficit multiple times in a single postseason. But I guess the real question is, and Jalen, we can start with you, is how on earth did the Clippers end up in a Game 7 scenario? They were up by 19.
I'll tell you how they got here. And if the Denver Nuggets win tonight, I really think I'm going to need some counseling.
Okay.
I'm going to need some therapy because I'm too close to this NBA basketball thing, and I have a man crush, and I don't think it's healthy on the Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love him so very much.
I understand.
He plays in the mid-range, shoots off one leg like dirt, can make his teammates around him better. Jay Will passes them open like a great quarterback, shows up in the regular season, shows up in the big game.
Woo, look at that
Has
pass.
a chance to eliminate the Los Angeles Clippers, the paper champions, until they advance. If the Joker has 30, 10, and 5 again tonight, the Clippers going home.
And I'll tell you this, they've been exposing Montrezl Harrell. They've been exposing him the whole series. They get him involved in so many ball screens. They put so much pressure on him to help. Joker just pops out, knocks down that 3-point shot. Look, Jamal Murray, the Joker, Michael Porter Jr., for as much as he said, and everybody's like, what are you saying? You're a rookie. You shouldn't be outspoken like that. He was speaking facts. Time and situation were a little bit wrong. Made a big-time 3 the game before, stepped up. They have all the pieces. Now, imagine if this team actually had Will Barton. If they actually had Will Barton, they would have more depth. But they have the chance, and all you can ask is to be here. All you can, and like Joker said, I agree with him. All the pressure is on the Clippers. There's no pressure on the Denver Nuggets. Everything is on Kawhi and his legacy.
Well, it's interesting. Doc Rivers, after this game, he's like, look, clearly we have the right formula. He said, I told the team we're not going to be able to dribble the clock out even though we were up 19. They started taking bad shots. He felt like they weren't playing defense. What is the biggest issue you're seeing for the Clippers in this matchup right
The
now?
biggest issue, Maria, is all season they relied on their depth. And they had 2 guys that could have won 6 Men of the Year, Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams. One of them did. They was giving me 38 points per game. In this series, they're giving me 22 points per game. And as Jay Williams just talked about, being taken advantage of on the defensive side. So when you now see Lou Will, pick and roll. When you see Montrezl, oh, we can finish at the hoop. The Joker isn't intimidated. Now they've taken the strength from the Clippers and they've turned it into a weakness.
Yeah.
Now can Kawhi and Paul George be so very good to overcome the fact that those guys aren't giving you the productivity that they did in the regular season?
Gerald, this is going to be a challenge for us moving forward, especially if the Denver Nuggets win. And I want you to hold me to something, and I'm going to hold you to it too. Every conversation we have within these confines of ESPN, everybody talks about Kawhi Leonard being the greatest player, right? He's the greatest player on the planet. Okay, I think he's been trending in that direction. If he is, it's time that all of us start holding him to the same standard that we hold LeBron James to, correct? Right? So if they don't get there, can you imagine, like if LeBron and the Lakers didn't get there, even though in a truncated season, even though playing in the bubble, it would have been like, what's wrong with him? Having a top 5 player isn't enough. He got Paul George to join him. He got everything there in LA. Everything's set up. It's just time we hold Kawhi Leonard to the same energy that we hold LeBron James to. That's all I'm saying. Tonight is a massive game. He talks that manufacturing your own energy is very important, not having fans there. I know he's emotionless, but you're going to need to see some energy out of him tonight in order for them to conquer this Game 7.
This is the only time I'm going to ask y'all this question. Who wins Game 7?
Oh, the Clippers.
Clippers.
All right, well, that was
I have no other choice but to say the Clippers, J-Mo.
I was trying to think of something fast. but-
Jamal Murray
no other
already
choice.
told you
That
the
just
media has
happened.
been hating on the Nuggets the entire time, so he's not even worried about it.
J-Rose. What do they know?
I got to ride with the Clippers until I see them walk to the tunnel with their heads down.
Okay, well, we still got some time to talk about this game because it is game 1 of our doubleheader. We've got the Heat and the Celtics, game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Everyone looks like
Up for the challenge defensively.
J-Rose, how about this? The Miami Heat